All right, the Jake Cronenworth Padres extension contract details are out. Last night on the show, when I was reacting to just the extension, the 7-year extension, we didn't know the details yet, like the full details, how much money Crony was going to be earning. I was thinking 7 years, 105. That would be pretty fair. It's a little bit more than the Jeff McNeil contract extension per year AAV that you got with the Mets. That was a shorter contract extension. I think it was 4 years, 50 million. But Crony, I mean, I think he deserved 15 million a year. It comes out today from Jeff Passan that it's a 7-year contract extension worth $80 million. My first reaction to that was, wow, okay, that is a steal. For Jake Cronenworth, he is a back-to-back All-Star. He's in his prime. He's playing every day. They buy out the arbitration years. They buy out 5 years of free agency. They get him throughout the rest of his prime. Looks like he's just going to continue to get better. I would not be surprised if he drives in over 100 runs this year based on the talent that's going to be in front of him in that Padres lineup. He's versatile, can play short, can play second, can play first. He can play a lot of different positions. So I love this contract even more knowing this financial aspect of it. $80 million. I mean, that's less than what, $12 million per year. I think 11.4 somewhere around there per year. That's like a bargain, I think, for someone like Jake Cronenworth. This isn't like Ha-Sung Kim. Cronenworth's more valuable, I think, than someone like Ha-Sung Kim, and so I like that. Less per year than Jeff McNeil. It was obviously going to be more than $10 million per year. There's another aspect to this contract, which is interesting. 8-team no trade clause. The bigger guys like, Tatis, Manny, probably Bogarts. I forget if he has a no trade clause or not, but they have no trade clauses. The big guys, right? Because they want to stay. They want to be they want to control where they can go. With Grony, he's a lesser player. He's still a star player with the Padres in San Diego, but he is a lesser player. He's not the caliber of Manny or Tatis. So I don't think he was going to be able to get a full no trade clause. So he probably took the 8 team. That was probably the best that he was going to get. Now, who are those 8 teams? So, by the way, before I get into maybe who the 8 teams are, for anyone that's wondering, 8 team no trade clause is so he doesn't have any say in a deal if the Padres were to trade him years, 4 years, 5 years, whenever in this contract. He doesn't have a say in 30, what's quick math? What is that? 22 teams? 22 out of the 30, or no, it would be 21 because you're not counting the Padres, right? So like 21 out of the teams, 21 of the 29 other teams that he could be traded to in Major League Baseball, he doesn't have a say. The Padres would just trade him and he has to do it. But if the Padres try to trade him to one of the 8 teams on that list, he can accept it and go, or he can reject it like Eric Hosmer did with the Washington Nationals, and then maybe the Padres find another team that's not in that 8-team no trade list. Um, I don't see the Padres trading Jake Cronenworth anytime soon. That's for sure. But who are those? Who would those 8 teams be? I think the Los Angeles Dodgers obviously are going to be on that list because I'm pretty sure he hates the Dodgers. Why would he be so pumped up after that hit in the playoffs and all of everything that's happened in San Diego? Him getting booed at Dodger Stadium and all that. Like, I think the Dodgers are definitely on that list. Might have been one of the first teams that made that no trade clause list. Maybe the Giants. Not so sure about the Giants, but maybe them. Some would think maybe like the Detroit Tigers because they're not good, but I'm not including them on that no trade clause possibility list because he's from Michigan. So if they were to trade him to the Tigers, sure, he probably hopes that that's down the line when the Tigers are maybe contending, but I don't think that's on the list because he probably would be fine with playing close to home like that. Um, so who else is on that list? So Dodgers, maybe Giants. I think the Rockies are on the list because they're not they have an owner that doesn't try to win. He was like attacking the Padres a little bit in the offseason, not agreeing with how the Padres were doing things. So why would Crony, who is a competitor, wants to win, why would he want to go play for the Rockies organization? Right? That doesn't make sense. The A's, they suck. The Reds, the Royals, the Nationals. the Miami Marlins. Like, those are just some teams that immediately come to mind. Maybe there's, like, contenders, other contenders, maybe in the American League that he wouldn't wanna go to that we just don't know about. But teams that we do know, at least I think I know that he wouldn't wanna go to, the Dodgers are definitely up there, and then teams that suck, that don't really try to win. They don't have owners like Peter Seidler that actually care about winning, they just treat this as a business. I don't see him wanting to go to those teams if down the line the Padres ever would wanna trade him to whatever team, one of those low payroll, non-contending teams, right? I don't see the Padres trading Jake Cronenworth, but it could happen down the line, right? So, I think, look, this is a good deal for Jake, $80 million, that's I think all of us would love to have just a portion of that, right? So he gets money. Seems like he loves San Diego. San Diego loves him back. He gets some of the no trade protection. He's on a contender, consistent contender, year in, year out. So this seems like a really good deal for Jake. And then for the Padres, this is obviously a good deal for them. I think this is a steal. This is a bargain for the quality that quality of a player that Crony is, what he can bring to the clubhouse as a leader. He plays multiple positions. He doesn't get hurt. I love this contract. I love it. He's going to hit in the middle of the lineup every year for maybe the rest of the contract. Uh, I don't know how you can dislike this contract. It's not like it was a contract that paid him till he was 40, right? They're paying him through, I think, age 36 season. It's not like it was a contract that's paying him $30 million a year or anything like that. No, it's less than $12 million a year. So that should be pretty friendly to luxury tax, the Padres luxury tax in the future. So give your thoughts in the comments on this contract now that it's out. 7 years, $80 million starting next season for Jake Cronenworth, a 8-team limited no trade clause. Who do you think those 8 teams are? Let me know in the comments.